The UK's favourite DJs.
Hello there, punters.
Radio 1.
I am here. This is Intimate Contact with Julian Clary. And if you're driving in your car, perhaps you'd like to pull into the nearest lay-by. Pop your gear stick into neutral, as long as neutral doesn't mind, and enjoy the show. All the better if you've got a car phone, as this is a phone-in show. And the number to call, as Alan just said, is 071 580 4411. And there are three things I thought it would be good to discuss with you over the next hour. First of all, gossip. I want your own true encounters with off-duty celebrities. Romance, tales of love in exotic or unusual places. And I don't mean the back of your legs. And if you have a phone in your bedroom, I want you to call me up and give me a guided tour of the nooks and crannies in your boudoir.
Have a number to call.
071 580 4411. Call me.
Have a number.
Right, and first of all, I'm going to talk to Nigel. Hello, Nigel. Are you receiving me?
Brilliant. I can hear you ever so clearly.
Oh, that's a relief. Where are you calling from?
Havant in Hampshire.
Oh, well, never mind that. Tell me your gossip, please.
Well, my gossip. I tried to get through to them because it was claim to fame time, wasn't it?
Probably, yes.
My claim to fame is I went for an audition with Susie and the Banshees, so I was a Banshee for half an hour.
Playing what instrument?
Lead guitar.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, a hot guitarist, but I didn't get the job.
What, did you have to go and play with them in some room?
Yeah, I did 3 songs with them.
Joe Turner from Cardiff. What are you doing in Cardiff, Joe?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Tell me your gossip, Joe.
Well, I've got an offbeat celebrity incident if you're interested.
I'm very interested.
You see, I've had a bath with the England World Cup football team.
Oh, my juices are flowing. when was this?
Well, it was 1971, actually.
Oh, yes.
See, I was only 11 at the time. I won a competition. In the competition, in a football annual, you got an opportunity to train with the England World Cup team of that time.
Right.
And the training was all right, but in actual fact, the best bit of it for, like, me when I was a kid was actually having a bath.
Of course.
With the team, because, like, it's a huge... I don't know if you know anything about sport and that.
Refresh my memory.
Well, it's just after you've been rushing around on the football field and you all have a bath together in like a huge, big plunge bath.
And was there lots of sort of jolly macho banter going on?
There was a little bit of horseplay.
I'm sure.
Every now and then. And in actual fact, Bobby Moore, the captain of the team, insisted that I had a cold shower before we finished and went in and had a dinner.
He's a man who knows what's best, I think.
I think he probably does.
And now I'm talking to Sarah from Bristol. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, I believe you're 13, Sarah.
Yes.
A difficult age, I believe.
Yeah.
And you've got some gossip for me.
Oh, yeah, well, we were in the Royal Academy Art Exhibition in London in 1988.
You're a culture vulture.
Yeah. We were there and we saw David Bowie and we followed him round. And then when we went to go, we were going down the lift and we decided we ought to ask for his autograph. So we went back and we asked him and he said no, because he'd signed too many already. So we were a bit annoyed with him.
Well, really, it's people like you who put him where he is today.
Yeah.
That was rather rude, really. So are you still a fan of David Bowie?
No, not anymore.
Oh, well. That's fickle 13-year-olds for you. I thank you.
97 to 99, Radio 1 FM.
And now I'm turning to romance, because it's that time of the evening. I want tales of true love and lust, with any luck, in unusual surroundings. And I'm going to try Lynn Leader first. Hello.
Hello, Julian.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, I'm super fine. It's nice to hear you on the radio at this time of night.
And it says on my screen here you're going to talk about public sex.
It shouldn't really be said on the radio, should it?
I think it should, more often.
Oh, yeah, I do too. Right, okay. We were on honeymoon, okay, in 1985 in Newquay. We sort of went to the beach on a really nice, hot, sunny day, parked next to a caravan which sold ice cream, and you can sort of imagine the waves coming in on a real hot summer's day, and of course lust and all sorts sort of took place. So we put the windbreak around us so nobody could see, but they did.
They did.
And a couple walked past and said, oh, look, they're having a good time. And my husband just sort of sat up and said, well, yes, we're on honeymoon. And they went on and bought 2 cornets and walked off.
No, you didn't ask them to join in or anything?
Oh, no. But it was really nice. As I say, that's what we call sort of being in love and doing what you want to do when you want to do it.
And how do you keep the romance alive in this marriage, which must now be at least 6 years old?
Well, he's just said to me now as we're laying here in bed, well, we're here now, aren't we? We're in the bedroom. Do you want to know the intimate details of our bedroom too?
Oh, while we're at it,
Well, while we're at it, oh, look at him.
try and wear your knickers in future.
Okay, then.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Jeff now. Hello, Jeff Le Mesurier. Okay, and does the romance happen in Guernsey?
Well, not for me, really. It used to.
Right, carry on.
I used to have a girlfriend.
Of course.
She finished with me
Girl surprise.
because I used to ask her to tie me up in bondage sessions.
No.
Yes.
And she didn't like doing that.
So I got to take a trip every couple of times to the mainland to get girls to do that to me. And I'm an entertainer.
Well, not so far, you're not. What about exotic locations? That's what I thought you were going to tell
Yes,
me
well,
about.
yeah, in the haystacks. Yes, I have had it in the haystacks.
You've had it in the haystacks?
Yes.
Well, was this with a girl or with some farmyard animal?
No, with a girl.
All right, well, that's heterosexuals for you. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
I'm stuck in a rather dingy studio here at the BBC, trying to feel glamorous, and talking to James Steele. Hello, James.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you. And yourself?
I'm fine. You're going to tell me about romance in a motorway service station.
That's right, Margaret. Yes, it's quite right, yes.
The smell of all that good food, I expect, that gets
Nothing
you
to
going.
do with it at all.
Ah, right.
Well, I'm a long-distance trucker.
Oh, yes.
And I took my wife on a trip with me.
You did say trucker.
Trucker.
Right.
Yes, dear. Yes, not with an F, no, with a TR, yeah. And we spent the night on Exeter Services and the service station there. And
It brings new meaning to the word service station. doesn't it?
exactly. And being very, very thrown together very closely in the cab, confines of the cab, we, gave in to our basic instincts, as it were.
In your cab, have you got little curtains that you pull around
I've got
the
curtains, I've got a
windscreen?
bed, I've got everything in there, yeah.
Because I often look enviously up at those big lorries, and you can see they've got every modern comfort, really.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And do you change the sheets often?
Yes, fairly often, yes.
Well, thank you, James. I'm glad to hear about that little adventure you had.
Yeah.
And I'm talking now to Kate McDonald. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I'd like to share an experience with you that I had with a close friend of mine.
Right.
He's presently at work at the moment where it took place, actually.
Where does he work?
Pizza Land. It was...
Okay.
I'll set the scene for you.
Mm-hmm.
It was a dark, cold night, and we were at Pizza Land.
Were you working there as well?
Yes.
Right.
And everyone had gone home. All the staff had gone. And this tall, dark, sexy, handsome man called Richard took me down to the salad bar. Something happened there. And then we decided to venture off down to the front of the restaurant, which faces onto the high street.
Did you get some kind of kick out of knowing that this was on public view?
Yes.
I see.
Yes. And then we made love in front of the shop window with the occasional person walking past, making the atmosphere quite electrifying, really.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, there we go.
There we go.
I don't know what to say about that. What was his name again?
Richard Slewinski.
And you're Kate McDonald? As long as the nation knows.
Yeah.
Thank you,
That's what I
Kate.
feel. Bye.
Bye-bye. And Nick Newman is up next. Hello, Nick.
Good evening, Julian. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
What do you have to tell me?
Well, it's an experience I had last August, actually, in the middle of a lovely summer that we did have. And I was working for a major floor covering specialist in Kent at the time.
In your overalls?
In my overalls. They were lovely. You should have seen them, you know. I fell in love with the managing director's secretary.
Okay.
And she was used to wear sort of national health type glasses and the Laura Ashley outfit. Can you picture the sort of situation?
Well, you couldn't contain yourself.
I couldn't contain. I had to get the Laura Ashley outfit off, and along with the national health glasses, had to do it. Anyway, to cut a very long story short, Julian,
Yeah.
I asked her out for a romantic lunch. So we did this. We went in the car. We went out in the Kent countryside. It was the middle of summer, and it was lovely. You know, we went in a hurry to get back to work, and we had a good lunch. Then we went for a little drive, and I looked at the Kent countryside, and I thought, my favourite passion. We knew there was something between us. I thought I'd love to make love to you in the middle of a cornfield.
And it wasn't the handbrake?
It wasn't the handbrake. So we stopped for an ice cream. I had a 99. I think
Well, you just had your lunch, pardon me.
Yes, but it's the sort of thing you sort of throw into the afternoon, you know.
I see.
It's got to be done, hasn't it? Let's face it.
You had lunch, then you had an ice cream.
Then we had an ice cream. I had a 99, and she had a funny thing with a chewing gum thing in the bottom, so that was quite fun anyway.
But there was something else on the menu.
There was something else on the menu. And I suggested that we walked into the middle of this cornfield. So we did this. I happened to have one of these mattresses, you know the mattresses you take on the beach? Those sort of things. So we toddled through the cornfield.
A lilo.
A lilo. It wasn't inflatable, unfortunately. It could have been a lot of fun if it was inflatable, but it wasn't.
You happened to have this with you.
I happened to have it with me in the back of the car. We went to the middle of this cornfield, and the day was beautiful. I can't explain to you how beautiful it was. So we laid down in the middle of the cornfield. I took the National Health sunglasses off, I undressed her, and we were totally naked in the middle of the cornfield, in the middle of Kent. Beautiful summer's day. And then I looked up, and there was like a swarm of nits and gnats and things. And one sort of bit me and one bit her, and we sort of giggled a bit, as you do, and you don't know each other too well. You're sort of into the passion routine. Anyway, so I thought, well, they can stay up there, that's not a problem. So we got on with it. It was beautiful, but every time we sort of embraced ourselves, they sort of wanted to join in. It all sort of happened, you know how it does.
Yes.
Well, I didn't actually know until I experienced this thing. Anyway, we made love, and it was absolutely marvellous, along with all these nits and everything else going on. Then we heard dogs barking. I thought, oh no, the farmer's going to be coming with his gun in a minute. I thought, oh, I can't handle that. Anyway, we'd been bitten to absolute death. We got back to the office, and that was okay that day. I was just scratching a bit, and I noticed in the corner when she was doing her minutes, she was scratching a bit too.
You didn't give her crabs, did you?
Didn't give her crabs, no. But
it was the gnats.
We had to go to the doctor. She had to have cream. I had to have cream.
What, for a little gnat bite?
Well, there were horseflies there, Julian. I had about 55 horsefly bites. She had them all over her, well, I must say, nipples. It makes the hell out of sort of, what's that thing you get when the sun gets on the nipples? Nipple rashes or something?
I'm not an expert on nipples.
No. But she had all these bites. And the bottom line was, we came in the following day. I was covered in all these spots and scratches, and she was too. And, of course, people started to wonder what had been going on. We both were suffering from this very strange disease, which they couldn't work out what the hell it was, really.
They couldn't put two and two together.
But what I didn't realise also was she was actually having an affair with the managing director.
She was having what?
An affair with the managing director as well.
Right.
So he put two and two together and had me into the office and said, look, what's been going on?
Oh, it's turning into a soap opera.
It is, isn't it? But it wasn't a hell of an experience, I must admit.
And was this a one-off, or did you live happily ever after?
We did live happily ever after the wounds are cleared up.
That's what I like to hear. Thank you very much, Nick.
Nice speaking to you, Julian.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
275